everyone, welcome to another What I Eat in a Day video. If you're new here, my name is Nicole, also known as Nikki Vegan, and I make a lot of What I Eat in a Day videos. I make vegan recipe videos, and my whole focus is just really practical, healthy vegan meals that are doable for real life and enjoyable, like actually food that you want to eat, that you want to share, but that don't take too much time and that are just really practical for the busy lives that we all live. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you never miss a future video. And today's video is going to really focus on getting back on track, which is a term that I hate because I think it's really overused online and it can be used in kind of a punitive way. So the idea is that if you have overeaten or if you've overindulged, if you've been on vacation, then you have to get back on track because you've been bad. And I think that is such an unhealthy way of looking at it, and I reject all of that. I recently went to Santa Barbara with my sister for her birthday and we did it up. We had so much good food. We literally had cookies for breakfast. We had chips with every meal, like wine and cheese picnic on the beach, so much good food, lots of good restaurants. It was so fun and relaxing and enjoyable, and I don't feel like I need to get back on track because I overdid it. It's just that eating like that for several days in a row can make my energy feel kind of low, and my skin is breaking out a little bit just because it was a lot of salt, a lot of sugar, a lot of wine, a lot of deliciousness. But now I'm back and I kind of want my energy levels back up so I can get back into my normal routines and get all my work done. So that's what this video is going to be about. It's going to be about a healthy way that I get back on track and how I do not restrict, I do not deprive myself, and I don't punish myself for enjoying foods that I love. I think it all is welcome in a healthy diet, but I just think that in terms of feeling really good and making sure that my body is nourished, it's nice to kind of get back into these routines. So that's what I'm going to be doing in this video. You're actually getting two What I Eat in a Day videos today because me and my friend Erin are collabing, and she also made a What I Eat in a Day video that I will link in the description box below. Erin and her husband Dusty make really beautiful YouTube videos that honestly just celebrate how simple but delicious plant-based food can be. And they really do have a whole food plant-based diet, so it inspires me to eat fresh, get creative with the types of fruits and veggies that I'm cooking with, and they always make it look so delicious and again, very practical and doable. So all stuff that I love, and I think you guys will too. So make sure you check the description box below after watching this video to watch Erin's What I Eat in a Day video, and you can also find her on Instagram, which is also linked in the description box. Make sure you say hi, let her know that I sent you, and with all of that said, let's go ahead and get started with this What I Eat in a Day, getting back on track in a healthy way. One of my favorite ways to get back on track is to make sure that I still have flavors that I love, and chocolate and peanut butter are definitely two that I cannot get enough of. So I decided to make some chocolate peanut butter overnight oats. You can serve this warm or chilled, but it saves so much time in the morning. And it's just a base of some old-fashioned oats, some peanut butter, cacao, and chia seeds. And then I like to use a high protein plant milk like soy milk or pea milk for this. You can sweeten it naturally with dates, maple syrup, or later on I'm going to top it with some bananas. So you can do whatever combo of that you like, and then you just want to let this hang out in the fridge overnight. A lot of times I have a slow start to the morning. I like to read with my water and my coffee before really starting my day, but on this day, I really wanted to get back into the swing of things. I wanted to check things off my to-do list kind of right away so I could have a more relaxed evening. So I went ahead and started editing with my coffee. And I'm not gonna lie, this was still pretty cozy. So I sipped on my coffee, and when I was ready for breakfast was ready for me. That's the beauty of overnight oats. And as you can see, it really thickens. The chia seeds absorb a lot of that liquid, so this becomes a really nice thick oatmeal, super chocolatey, and I love that peanut butter flavor. When I've been overindulging, my body becomes used to like really sweet flavors and more junk foody type things, and so I feel like a breakfast like this is perfect because it has that familiar like chocolate, peanut butter. It feels like a treat, but it's packed with really wholesome ingredients. It tastes like a chocolate peanut butter cup. It's really hearty and filling, and I love this crunchy peanut butter granola that I sprinkle on top so you get some nice texture. And I think the dark chocolate with the frozen cool raspberries and the sweet banana, it's such a good combo. I absolutely love it. And on top of it, it's packed with lots of fiber, healthy fats, protein, and complex carbohydrates. So it keeps me feeling really good. I have steady energy throughout the morning, and that is why this is one of my favorite breakfasts, whether I'm getting back on track or not. But particularly on this day, it was absolutely perfect. If I am going to heat this up, I will either put it in the microwave for about a minute and a half. Sometimes I need to add a little bit more plant milk, or I do it on the stovetop. That way it takes about 3 minutes. Either way, I always finish my breakfast with a multivitamin, and that was my breakfast on this day.
Now I've been doing some recipe testing, so I had some pineapple, some canned pineapple in the fridge, and it was nice and cold and juicy. So this was a really good mid-morning snack, and I ate all of that. It was so good.
All right, so it's getting to be lunchtime now, and I'm in one of those moods where I just really need to get outside. I feel like sometimes I get kind of, I don't know, just low energy and a little bit irritable if I'm inside and I feel cooped up, and I know it's a beautiful day outside. I feel like just getting a walk in, getting some fresh air, even if it's just for a few minutes, always really lifts my mood. Anytime I have brain fog or if I just feel that I'm in kind of a funk, just walking around the block once or twice honestly helps. I mean, not entirely. There's a lot of stuff. Mental health is complicated, but I do think that just fresh air and getting outside is one of many things that I do that really helps me to feel better, and it has a surprisingly big impact, to be honest with you. So I think that will really help me. And what I think I want to do, I don't do this often, but I think I'm going to pack up my lunch and take it to a little park. There's a park nearby, and I might just have my lunch outside today, which I think sounds nice because I would get a walk in, get some sunshine, get some air, kind of break up the day, and I feel like that will energize me because I have more work that I need to do later. And so I think that doing that is gonna be nice. So that's what I'm gonna do. So let's go do that.
I think it's fun to reimagine the ways that you can eat your veggies. Obviously, I love salads, but you can make some pretty epic sandwiches that have a ton of veggies, but you have kind of the experience of having a nice sandwich. So on this day, I decided to make a triple-decker club sandwich with a thick layer of homemade hummus for some fiber, some protein, some healthy fats. I added some grated carrot and some lemon to that. On one piece, I did tomato. The other, I did some thinly sliced cucumbers for a nice freshness and a little bit of crunch. I seasoned both sides with salt, and then I added a little bit of onion for a nice kind of tangy, bright sharpness. Some avocado to make sure this is nice and filling, and some mustard to make sure that it's nice and juicy and well seasoned. I think it's really important to make sure that you're eating enough when you're on a plant-based diet, but also when you're getting back on track, so to speak, because I think that the tendency can be, you know, like, oh, I'm just gonna have a little salad or a little soup. No, eat, be full, nourish your body. I don't think that getting back on track has anything to do with restriction or eating less, especially not when you're eating healthy, wholesome, beautiful, vibrant foods like this. And this was an absolutely delicious lunch in the park. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And actually, getting outside was so much more therapeutic than I even realized it would be. And I think that it's definitely something I'm going to try to do more often. Obviously, I can't have lunch in the park every day or maybe even every week, but knowing that it's something that I can definitely do that will lift my spirits and doesn't cost anything, I think I'm going to start prioritizing it more because I just had such a refreshing, enjoyable afternoon.
All right, so we are in my kitchen and I'm gonna have a little afternoon snack now. And normally my afternoon snack of choice is some kind of dark chocolate. Sometimes I'll have dark chocolate and nuts or dried fruit or some tea or something, but that is definitely my go-to, especially on a day like today when I have a lot of work that I need to do at the desk and I just need a little energy boost, a little serotonin boost. And I think especially in the past, my tendency, especially when I'm trying to get back on track, would be to remove chocolate or any kind of like treat from my day because I overdid it and indulged at the weekend or on vacation, and I'm trying to make up for that. But I think that is where I've really gotten into some unhealthy mindsets around food because I go from one extreme to the other. So I go from having all the treats, you know, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then I come home and I have no treats. And it's just way too far of a jump, and that leads to me really kind of craving those treats and then eventually binging on them. So now what I do is I make sure that I'm eating really healthy meals and I'm eating enough at mealtime so that I feel really satiated and energized, that my meals are well balanced with healthy fats, protein, fiber, and carbs. And then throughout the day, if I want to have a treat, I have a treat and nothing is off limits because that way I feel really good and really balanced and I have a healthy mindset around food. And so as long as it's vegan, I can have whatever I want and nothing is like taboo or restricted. So that is how I maintain a healthy balance when I'm getting back on track. And now I'm going to have some treats that I actually had in my freezer prepped from before before I left, and there's two. These are my chocolate cherry truffles. I will put the recipe down below. These are frozen cherries that I first dip into some plant-based vanilla yogurt, and then I dip in some melted chocolate. And my favorite chocolate for this is the Enjoy Life mini chocolate chips. It melts down so nice and it creates such a nice little shell, and look how delicious. I'll bite into it in a second and you can see how it has these really beautiful layers. It's like 3 different layers, and I keep these in the freezer, have a couple as a little treat after a meal, as a snack. They are seriously one of my favorite things ever. And I also have some peanut butter and banana and ice cream sandwiches. So it's a thick slice of ripe banana sandwiched between 2 pretzels with some peanut butter and then half dipped in chocolate. I don't have the prettiest ones left because I was playing favorites earlier when this was full and I was eating all of the biggest, prettiest, most chocolatey ones first. So now I have some, you know, that are a little less than half dipped, but that's okay. They're still gonna be delicious. So I'm gonna have this, I'm gonna make a cup of tea and get back to work, and I will see you at dinner time. This one's so good if you love sweet and salty. It's crunchy, it's creamy, it's chocolatey, it's peanut buttery, so good. It's dinner time right now and I'm gonna make some sushi. I have some leftover veggies that I batch cooked last night actually when I was doing the dishes. I was cleaning up the kitchen, cleaning out the fridge. I noticed that I had some mushrooms and some carrots that I wanted to use up and some tofu. So I figured I would make them ahead of time, and then today I could either turn it into a sushi bowl or some sushi rolls or something. But I just wanted to get that done so that I could clean out the fridge, clean up the dishes after dinner last night. And I actually really like to batch cook this way. So instead of meal prepping and taking a whole day out of my schedule, I will just kind of batch cook here and there when I have the time. So either at dinner time I'll make extra, or on a night like tonight I will use the time that I am, you know, doing the dishes to also have a pot of rice going. So I have rice for the week, or I'll throw a tray of veggies into the oven while I'm cleaning up the kitchen and doing dishes. And by the time I'm done with the dishes, the veggies are done. I can pop them into a Tupperware, throw them into the refrigerator, and I have some, you know, easy cooked veggies to throw meals together throughout the week. So I kind of just find the time when I'm already in the kitchen to, you know, have something going so that it's easy for me to have like pre-made food on hand, like stuff that takes a little bit more time, like roasted veggies or grains or something like that. So last night I took some mushrooms and I seasoned them with a little bit of olive oil and tamari for some saltiness. I tossed that all together and put it on a sheet tray. And then in the same exact bowl, I took some carrots, which I sliced lengthways, and I added olive oil, tamari again, a little bit of ginger because carrots and ginger is such a nice combination, and then some red pepper flakes for a nice kick. And then I tossed that together, threw that on the exact same pan, and threw that into the oven. Lots of throwing of the vegetables. I carefully placed the pan into the hot oven at 375 degrees and I let that roast. And in the same oven, I had another pan of tofu. It was extra firm tofu that I cut into batons. And normally if I want tofu to be nice and crispy from baking, I will dredge it with a little bit of cornstarch and then add a sauce afterwards. But for this, I didn't really care if it was crispy because I knew it was going to be for my veggie rolls. So I just glazed it with a mixture of sriracha, toasted sesame oil, and maple, and I brushed that on. Now again, ordinarily I would brush both sides and I would let that bake, and then right in the last like minute or two of baking, I would brush on another layer of that sauce so it would get really nice and saucy and kind of have that nice glaze on the outside. But I didn't really care on this day, so I just kind of brushed one thin layer on so it would have a little bit of seasoning, a little bit of flavor. I love how the sriracha has like a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of garlickiness, and then the toasted sesame oil is just so good. So I brushed that on, baked it along with the veggies, finished doing the dishes, and then by the time I was done, the veggies are ready. And so now I'm gonna go ahead and turn those veggies into some sushi. I'll make a nice salad because I have my pineapple vinaigrette all ready to go, and that will be dinner. I started by making a nice fresh salad with lots of crunch, and so I had some red leaf lettuce, some cabbage. Cabbage is one of my favorite cruciferous vegetables. It's super budget friendly and it lasts in the fridge forever, so I kind of just cut off a little bit as I need it and I added into everything, salads, grain bowls. It's delicious and nice and crunchy and has kind of a peppery bite to it. I added some diced red onion for some sharpness and some parsley, which I ended up regretting, so don't do that. Do scallions if you want to do an herb in this salad. But anyway, then I added a handful of pecans, one because I love the crunch, but pecans are also a really good source of calcium, magnesium, and phosphorus, as well as healthy fats. So I added that into the salad, which was beautiful and colorful and vibrant, and so I thought it deserved a equally vibrant and delicious pineapple lime vinaigrette.
This recipe is going to be in my next video that's coming out on Monday. It's going to be my burger in a bowl 3 ways video, and it has some citrus in it, and the citrus has vitamin C, and the vitamin C helps to increase the absorption of the iron in the veggies that I was having for dinner. So not only is it delicious, but it's also really kind of strategic as well. Now let's make some sushi. So I have my leftover veggies here, the mushrooms, the roasted carrots, and also the tofu. And I just have a sheet of nori here. And a lot of times with sushi rice, I will season it with some toasted sesame oil, some mirin, a little sweetener, so usually like maple or sugar or something. But on this day, I was using really well seasoned tofu and veggies, so I didn't mind just having plain rice. I thought it was really delicious just as it was. So I added that along with some avocado and cucumber. And the trick to rolling sushi is to press down as you roll. So you want to tuck in the sides, but you also want to press down firmly and roll it all really tightly together like this. Another trick is to make sure that you use a serrated knife and do a zigzag motion rather than pressing down with the knife. And that way you'll get these nice clean slices and beautiful looking sushi. So again, I just use my fingers to kind of tuck in the sides, tuck in all of the filling, and press down firmly as I roll forward, and then I zigzag back and forth with the serrated knife, and the result is beautiful veggie rolls that look like this. I love to serve these veggie rolls with some fresh lemon wedges on the side, as well as some low sodium tamari. I top the salad with some of the extra tofu and cucumbers to make this meal even more hearty and filling, and this was so delicious. Another really great way to eat veggies that isn't just a plain salad, and it was so good. Really well seasoned, lots of different textures, creamy, crunchy, really fresh and vibrant, and it just made me feel so good. And plus, making sushi is really fun, so if you haven't tried it, I highly recommend. I hope this video helped you see that there are so many ways to get back into your healthy routines that make you feel good and energized, but that are also really fun and make eating vegetables a fun thing. You know, it doesn't have to be something you dread. It doesn't have to be boring and bland. With a little creativity, you can get all the recommended fruits and veggies in a day in a way that is delicious and craveable. And so I hope this video helped to illustrate that. If you need more ideas, I will link more What I Eat in a Day videos in the description box below, and make sure to check out Erin's video, which is also linked in the description. If you are subscribed to my channel, make sure you've also hit that little bell next to the subscribe button so that you get a little notification whenever I post a new video. There's a new one coming Monday, and it is my burger in a bowl 3 ways. I really hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you Monday. Bye everyone.